Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It is, well, technically it's not the first video of 2026, but basically is because I'm filming in 2026. Last week's video was like low-key a few weeks old. Anyway, today's video we are going to talk about the books I read in December. First of all, drink of the video. It's a little Shirley Temple, but in this new glass cup. This new glass cup I got in for Christmas. It's an anthropology glass. So this is Shirley Temple, and let's just get into it. Basically, I don't actually have any of the books that I read this month or last month technically, physically. So yeah, I'll just pop up pictures, which is fine. Anyway, first of all, we started the month off with a DNF, okay? But I'm gonna come back. Okay? This is my first DNF of the year, but it's the first one I talked about. So, I think. Anyway, but I DNF'd Unsteady by Peyton Corinne. I just was not into it. I don't know. I'm gonna come back to it because I want to read the next ones, or maybe I'll read the next ones and then not. It wasn't that I was like hating the book, okay? It was just that I was really busy when I was reading this, so I like hardly had any time. Feeling kind of slumpy, and I don't know. Just felt very like, will they, won't they, and then they finally did, and I was just like, but they also didn't. I do think it was just a me problem. It took me like 2 weeks to read the first, not even 50%. That might be a little overstatement, over exaggeration, but that's what it felt like. Anyway, I will be back, I don't know, because I think I'll like it if I actually just read it, but I didn't, so yeah. Anyway, then, like everyone else in the world, I read Heated Rivalry and loved it, and now I can't stop thinking about it, okay? This is about Shane and Ilya. They are hockey stars, okay? Okay, so basically they're like rivals. Really, Heated Rivalry, they're rivals, okay? So it starts when they're like literally, they're not even 18, okay, when they meet, and Ilya plays for Boston, but he's from Russia, and Shane is from Canada and plays for Canada. Anyway, basically they're like the best hockey players, and they're like everybody, they hate each other, all this stuff. They're like always against each other. Everybody loves when they're against each other, like, you know, they're big rivals. They're like, you get it. You get it? Okay, you get it. Anyway, but what the world doesn't know is they're actually sleeping together. Yeah, anyway, and so they're just like having a situationship, and they're not telling anyone because obviously they're also both not out, and so they like don't, like, no one knows, and so you go through it, and it's so cute because you get them falling in love. And now it is very spicy, but like you still get your emotional connection later. So it is spice first, but like you just have to read it. You'll probably be obsessed with it. Maybe you won't, I don't know. Yeah, so I gave it 5 stars. And then I watched the show. So good. Even if you like don't want to read the book, watch the show because it's so good. HBO Max. So good, you guys. I cannot believe it's over. I'm actually going insane. I can't wait for season 2. It doesn't come out until 2027. I'm just trying to hold back myself. Like literally all of my reposts on TikTok are Heated Rivalry edits. I'm not even joking. Yeah, it's like a bad, like my whole For You page, Heated Rivalry. Yep. Anyway, besides the point. It's actually not besides the point because I continued the series then. Actually, I went back because this is in the Game Changer series. It's also by Rachel Reed, if I forgot to say that. Heated Rivalry is technically the second book, but you can read first. You can read any of these out of order, except for The Long Game, which is the last book, is about Shane and Ilya, and it continues the story, so you can't read that one first, obviously. You have to read Heated Rivalry, then The Long Game. Anyway, I went back and I read the first book, Game Changer, which is about Scott and Kip. And this one, actually, episode 3 of Heated Rivalry is about this, so that's why I went back and read this one. Anyway, this follows Scott and Kip. Scott Hunter is a hockey player, so he's like in the realm of Ilya and Shane, but he doesn't like play on the same team or anything. Kip is a little guy who works at the smoothie shop, and one day Scott is going his run and he's like, oh, I'll stop at a smoothie shop. Also, his game has like gone down. He's not doing good at hockey right now. He also has like no family, no parents, okay? Because they died. Spoiler alert. I don't think it's a spoiler anyway, doesn't matter. So he stops at this smoothie shop and Kip's like and Scott's like and basically it's love at first sight. I'm not even joking, it's love at first sight, okay? And then they just really, that's all you need to know. This one I gave 4 stars. It's not as, I would say, I mean obviously I didn't like it as much as Heated Rivalry. I still loved it though, because Heated Rivalry 5 stars, Game Changer 4 stars. Obviously that's self-explanatory. This is very like insta lust, insta love, okay? Like very, okay, much. So just know that, but guys, it's so good. I love this. Okay, then I read The Long Game. And it's Valslow's Shane and Ilya, so I can't really, I mean, it's not like it would spoil anything, because it's a romance book, but like, I'm not really gonna tell you much about it. Basically, it's pain. That's what it is, okay? Literally, as I said, I can't wait for season 2, but I'm also so scared for season 2, okay? This was 6 stars. I genuinely didn't know what to do after this. Like, genuinely, I need another book of them now, because I don't want to spoil it, but I need another book after The Long Game. We might get one. Anyway, so basically, yeah, that was 6 stars. I'm not going to tell you much about it, because it's just technically, like, the second book series, but, like, not, you just get it, okay? The next book is The Reckoning by Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti, okay? This is the 3rd book in the Zodiac Academy series. I've been reading it, obviously, in 2025. So I can't really tell you what this book is about, but basically in the first book, there's these 2 twin sisters who thought they were humans, but it turns out they aren't. Turns out they're fae. Yeah, and they are actually princesses of a fae world that they didn't know, like, existed. And so these people, wait, I kind of forget who comes, takes it, whatever. They're like, hey, you have magic and you can go to this academy and then you can take over the world. Well, not the world, but like, you get the throne. And their parents are dead, of course, because they're always dead in fantasy, you know? Anyway, so they're like, bet, I want some money, and oh yeah, that's the other thing, they like get money. I want money and I want power. So they go to this academy, Zodiac Academy, and they get their powers, all the stuff, they're learning stuff. It's like college. Well, it's not war college, but it's just fantasy magic school. I don't know. Basically, there are these 4 heirs, though. They're all boys, and they make the 2 twin sisters' lives absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible, okay? Like, terrible. Because the 4 heirs are in the line to rule, like, since the twins aren't there anymore. So they're like, no, you're not taking our throne. And the twins are like, TBH, we don't really care, but we want our powers, so like, in magic and like the money, so like, can you stop being rude? And then eventually they're like, actually, yes, we want the throne. Anyway, so you just follow them. It's also bully romance. Technically it's romantasy, but it's very bully romance. I know who they're gonna end up with, but I'm not gonna tell you in case you don't want that spoiled. So just know, if you know the people who are going to be, or just even if you get through, like, I'm on book 3, they're kind of getting romancy, but they're still like, you know? Anyway, it's very good. Oh, I gave it 4.5. I'm really excited, but also scared for the next book, because I think the next book is called Shadow Princess ? Yes, and I've seen people being like sobbing at the end of this book. So also, that's the thing about the end of these books. Apparently the Suzanne and Caroline are called the Twisted Sisters, and it's because of the twists at the end. And yeah, my jaw was on the floor at this one, and all of them, but especially that one. Anyway, The next book I read was Sinbin by Chelsea Curto. Now this is the 5th book in the DC Star series, which the DC Star series is it just hockey? Yeah, it's hockey, romance, interconnected standalone series. So you can start with whatever you want, but the first book is Face Off, and actually I'm gonna say no, you can't start with whatever you want. You can, but very much recommend, which I always recommend this, I feel like, but to go in order, because especially in this book you get like the found family. It's just like I was gonna cry about this. You'll just understand if you read them all and then get to this book. Anyway, but this follows, what is his name again? Brody and Hannah. Okay, Brody is the coach, so like all the guys before, they're his like players, and he is the coach, and he's very grumpy, and he's also a single dad. And Hannah is a figure skater, but one of the guys he coaches, it's her sister. No, sorry, I said that wrong. So Brody's a coach, one of his players is Hannah's sister, so it's coach and then player's sister. Got it? Anyway, and Hannah's a figure skater, and she's like dealing with some like burnout, so she stops like figure skating professionally, so she's just chilling. And oh, they have a one night stand, and then something traumatic happens. I'm gonna tell you, and it's not really to them. You'll understand if you read it. I know that's annoying for me to say, but whatever. Basically, then they don't talk to each other for like 18 or 16 months or something, I don't know. But his daughter, who's like 13, 14, something like that, needs a skating coach because hers, she just needs one, so I forget what happens. So he reaches out and he's like, hey, can you coach my daughter? And she's like, I've never really coached before, but you know what, why not? Because I'm not doing anything with my life right now, really. Anyway, and then you just kind of go from there. Anyway, I gave that 4.5, and I can't wait for the next books. The next 2 are coming out this year. We don't have like for sure dates, but we know they're coming out this year for sure, I think. Don't like quote me on that, but I'm 99.99999% sure that we're getting them this year. We just don't have special dates or certain dates. And one of the books, I think the next one, I don't actually know, is about her brother, and we were getting crumbs, and I'm so excited. Also, guys, oh my word, I can't believe I forgot to tell you, getting close here, I gotta talk to you. I got LASIK surgery, so I can see 2020. 2020, it was so crazy, you guys. Basically, if you didn't know this, I usually wear glasses or contacts, but I'm not wearing either right now because I got LASIK. And since I was 7, so like more of my life than I lived most of my life blind than I didn't. Does that make sense? When I was 7, I got glasses, is what I'm trying to say, and I'm almost 19 now. I'm gonna be 19 this year. That's crazy. That's getting a little serious here. That's crazy. Anyway, basically, I got LASIK like last week, and it's crazy because I can see 2020, and I like always have terrible eyes, and this is crazy. I did in fact order some fake glasses, or not fake, just no prescription, because I really like wearing glasses, like just like for fun. So yeah, but basically to say I have 20/20 vision now, and that's crazy. That was so besides the point. I just wanted to tell you that. Okay, so the next book I read then, I went back to the Game Changer series, okay? And I read Tough Guy. This one follows, this is the 3rd book, so technically comes after Heated Rivalry, but whatever. This one follows, what are their names? I low-key forget. Oh yes, Ryan Price. He is also on the hockey team, or on a hockey team. He's in the NHL, but he's not like on the same team as people. Well, actually, he was for a little bit. He was on the same team as Aaliyah for a little bit, but I don't think he was in this book. Whatever, it doesn't matter. He hops around teams like all the time because he is the enforcer, because he's big, scary, tall, you know, big man. And so he goes and he's like, I don't know anything about hockey, but basically what happens is if they get like in a fight or somebody does something bad to his teammate, then he's like, oh, he like skates up and he's like, poof, poof. And so basically he just fights for the hockey team. Anyway, but he has like really bad anxiety. So everybody thinks he's like this big bad man, but he's actually really quiet. He like never talks to anyone because he just has such bad anxiety and all this stuff. Basically, they reunite, okay? His name is Fabian. I don't really know how to say it, I'm gonna be so honest. I think it's Fabian. Fabian? However you say it. He's like opposite hockey. He doesn't like hockey or anything. Very gay. And so he goes and, no wait. They reunite because basically Fabian's family used to like house hockey players. I don't really know what the whole deal was that for. What that's about, because again I don't know about hockey, but basically I think that happens. So basically when they were teenagers they lived together and they both like liked each other, but they didn't say anything because yeah, they just didn't. So they kind of like rekindle, and then yeah, you go from there. I mean, it's a romance book. What do you think's gonna happen? So I gave this 3.75. I really liked it. 3s are still good for me because half of 5 is 2.5, so 3 is still good, and this is 3.75, so basically 4. I just wanted to be funky, so it's a 3.75. Yeah, I'm really excited to continue reading this series. I think that's what I'm gonna read next after my current read. I don't know, like literally don't quote me on that because just don't. Anyway, next I'm so excited to just about this, okay? This was my first Frida McFadden book. Wait, I should tell you. Okay, I read The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. It's my first book by her, obviously. And this is a mystery thriller situation. Okay, honestly, if you haven't heard about this, I feel like you're kind of under a rock. But also, it's okay if you don't know. Anyway, basically, this girl goes and cleans for this person's house. Like, really rich. It's a girl, guy, and a little girl daughter. I don't know why I said it like that. Basically, she cleans for them. And this girl is crazy. The woman, the wife, crazy off her rocker. I don't know if I use that in the right way. Basically, crazy, okay? She's like throwing stuff everywhere all the time and like freaking out, and she's like literally insane. But is she? Okay? So Nina, wait, no, hold on. I think Nina's the wife. What is her name? So Millie is the girl who wants the job. She got the job. She cleans and she lives in this. Nina is the crazy wife, okay? And Andrew is the husband. So basically, yeah, Nina like literally makes her life terrible. And yeah, you just kind of go from there. Weird things happen. She like lives in with them, but she's up in this like little room. Okay, it was kind of crazy. I was like literally, mouth was on the floor, jaw was on the floor. I give this a 4-star. I want to see the movie so bad. I'm so excited to see the movie. I don't know if I'm so excited to see the movie. I don't know, I might wait until it comes out in like streaming instead of going to the movie theater. We'll see. I probably will go and see it or I won't. Anyway, the last book of the year that I read, okay? Archer's Voice. This is by Mia Sheridan, and basically you're following this girl, Bree Prescott. She drives to this, as it says, a sleepy lakeside town of Pelion, Maine, okay? Because she just wants a new little start. She's just not feeling well. Some traumatic things have happened to her. Wait, hold on. Is it a spoiler? I'm not gonna tell you what happens, okay? Just know there's some traumatic stuff that happened to her regarding her parents. Anyway, basically she like lives there for a second, and there's this dude, Archer Hale. Guys, I love them so much. I just remembered how much I love them, you guys. Okay, anyway, Archer Hale, he is mute. And you don't know why until late. Well, you actually figure out pretty early on, but that's besides the point. Basically, she kind of runs into him. Turns out she kind of lives near him. She knows sign language because her dad was deaf. So she knows sign language, and he does too, but he's like literally never talked to anyone in his life because basically what happened was his dad and oh yeah, okay, so the Hales are like, this is so over the place, I'm so sorry about this, I'm like remembering details as I'm talking. The Hales are like, they own the town, okay, but it's his like cousin who basically owns the town, his aunt, whatever. And in like before he was born or was whatever, there was these two brothers and they were like basically fighting over his mother and whatever. Basically they're all dead now. His mother, his two dads. He doesn't have two dads. No, the two brothers and his mother. So his dad, his uncle, his mother, basically whatever. His dad was a very bad man, all this stuff. So he lived with his other uncle and he like didn't talk to anyone because, well, first of all he couldn't talk, but also his uncle was kind of crazy, so he's like, don't trust anybody. And then also his aunt hates him for reasons I'm not going to disclose because you'll learn about it, okay? So then his cousin, what is his name, Travis, whatever, doesn't matter. He has a cousin. So basically he doesn't talk to anyone, no one talks to him, he like does not socially interact at all. He like, no one saw him until not his grandpa, his uncle died. So then people started seeing him in town, but other than that he like never came into town and like all the stuff. Basically Bree then goes, I forget how they start meeting, but whatever. She's like, oh hey, I know sign language. That's my sign language. Anyway, everybody thought he was deaf, but he's not. He's just mute. He can't talk. He doesn't have a vocal thing anymore. Voice box? Whatever. Doesn't matter. Basically, they start falling in love. And yeah, I gave this, I think I just gave it 4 stars because there was a few things, oh no, I gave it 4.5. There's a few things I didn't like, but like I understood it for the story. Basically in the middle there's a situation that happens that I really hated to happen, but I understand that it had to kind of like, well, it didn't have to happen, but I get it why it happened. If you read the book, I feel like you'll understand. And then the ending, no, I like the ending, I think. Yeah, I like the ending. It was just like, you just know if you get there, the like conflict or whatever, I understand it. It just made me, I just get annoyed when there's conflict in a book just because I'm like, oh, I want them to be happy and fun. What? I just want them to be happy and in love, but sometimes they just, I mean, like, I've talked about this before where I feel like conflict obviously has to happen because of the like do thing of the storyline. So like, I get that it has to happen. Every book I'm just like, oh no, what's the conflict gonna be? Because that's how a book works. Anyway, basically I gave it 4.5. And that is all the books I read. Wait, let me count them. I think it was 8. Yes, 8. Well, technically 9 because of DNF, but I didn't count it to my reading goal or anything because I don't know how far I got. But I'll see if I continue. I'm really excited because I am in a reading mood, okay? 2026, I am in it. I am in it to get my reading goal and to read as much as I can. Because, oh, I love reading right now. I mean, I always love reading, but like right now I'm really like, I just want to read. That's crazy. So, this is the end of the video because we talked about all the books. So, I'm gonna go read a book. You should also go read a book, and you should follow me on Instagram, Goodreads. All of my links will be down in the description, and I will see you right back here next week with another video. Bye!